All right, everybody, it's that time of the day where we got to talk about Iron Patriot, the latest Marvel Snap Season Pass card, and I've got great news. The card's good. It's good. It's not earth-shattering. It's not meta-warping. It's not going to soul-crush you. It's just good, and I think that's exactly what you want from a Season Pass card, honestly. I think it's going to be in a number of really solid decks. I think it's going to be a meta performer. I think it's going to be well performing in competitive. Casual players will find uses for, especially with Victoria Hand and some of the, hand generation decks that are kind of seeing some experimentation right now. It's a good card. Compared to like Surtur at launch, Surtur was like broken. It was like, why would they release it this way? This doesn't have that. It feels much more fair, although meta shaking and generally impactful. And I think that's exactly what you need from a Season Pass card. You want it to be like the season of Iron Patriot. You want it to have a feel where it impacts the meta positively. I think it's going to do that. I don't think it's going to break anything. That's my prediction, of course, but it feels like a legit card. Is it worth the $10? I mean, that's for you to decide, but generally speaking, the Season Pass tends to be the best value you can get for your money in Marvel Snap. But of course, local currency exchanges, stuff like that, change the value proposition of the Season Pass. So it's up for you to decide. But ultimately, Iron Patriot's legit. I think it's a solid card. I think it's worth having. And it's working in a number of different archetypes. And right now, we do have some preliminary data. The cube rates are really strong. Of course, we do have like a lot of bot inflation and stuff like that because people are still leveling. But overall, stats are strong on Iron Patriot. They're not game-breaking. They're not game-ruining. They're not over the top. It seems like a very fair, well-balanced card. Maybe a little on the higher end, let's be honest. It's not like this is a perfectly well-balanced card. It's a little slightly overtuned, but to like an acceptable amount where you're like, okay, it's a Season Pass card. It's expected to be good. It's good, but it's not ruining the game. You know what I mean? Anyways, let's talk some decks. This video is brought to you by Raid Shadow Legends. Raid Shadow Legends is one of the most popular games on the planet, with a tremendous amount of content and a fun, engaging campaign that's constantly getting updated. There's a lot to love for new players who are ready to dive into the world of Raid Shadow Legends. Challenge yourself in Raid Shadow Legends PvP arenas, or fight shoulder to shoulder with your fellow players by joining a clan and teaming up to crush opponents in clan versus clan tournaments. Participate in a special Christmas minigame event to have a chance to win some amazing prizes, including $5,000, gaming consoles, smartphones, Amazon gift cards, and in-game loot. You can also immediately get a huge starter pack featuring an epic orc champion, Tagor, just by using my link in the description and in the pinned comment down below. From level 15, you can unlock another starter pack with the epic champion Ugo, one of the most valuable champions in the game. You won't want to miss out, so be sure to install Raid Shadow Legends today. Okay, so the first deck we have to talk about here is Agent Patriot, and honestly, there's nothing fancy here. It's legitimately an Agent Venom deck, and it's been a very consistent meta performer for some time. You put Iron Patriot in it, which is a good card, and you get good results. It's that simple. So if you really like the Athena, Kitty, Pryde, Agent Venom style decks, then this is a great one you can turn to. I like the tech of Cosmo. Cosmo feels very necessary right now, especially since Alioth is making a bit of a comeback. But regardless, Cosmo has a lot of applicability across different decks. This is just a good one. Nothing too fancy here. And very similar to that, I think one of the more creative ones, and this one's from Untapped. This one here is a top performer on Untapped right now. It's Patriot Wiccan, and Wiccan has continued to be a very legitimate card that has had a very decent impact on the meta while not being overbearing, much like Iron Patriot as I described prior. But here what you have is you have the Psylocke, you got the Zabu, you have a lot of ways where you can kind of get those forecasted cards out on turn 3, and then you have the impact of Rock and Groot, who continues to be a fantastic card, Iron Patriot to help you win those locations, especially with those discounted 3-drops. And ultimately, like, it's just a good deck, man. It's just a good deck that's been doing very well. And Alioth is soul crushing. Now, I just complained about Alioth, like, on one side of my mouth, and then on the other side, I'm like, hey, look at this deck that has Alioth and it's doing good. I know, trust me. But Alioth still remains a good card at 6/9, nice. But anyways, Patriot Wiccan still doing work here, and we have the Toxic Patriot, and this is essentially the leading kind of like toxic take from a cube rate perspective according to Untapped, based on what's going on in the current meta as people are climbing towards infinite. One of the advantages of this deck is you get additional cube equity against bots, because things like Malekith will kind of conceal some of the power that you might have. You want to try to take some cubes off of bots when you can, and surprise loot cages when you've you're playing Man-Things and stuff like that, and US agents might be particularly valuable. But regardless, a fun deck, and again, you take Iron Patriot, you put it in a really good shell, and it just performs. It goes to showcase just how good the deck generally is, and you just really need like 1 or 2 activators, like the Juggernaut in this case, who's a very natural turn 3 play, to utilize the Iron Patriot. Now we'll get to some of the cooks that I was experimenting with. I really liked this deck. I called it Iron Galaxy, and again, this was like my take on the Athena Kitty Pryde version, but I wanted to run some Penny Parker and Agony, just because I was like, you know what, I really liked Penny Parker, Agony, and Captain Marvel, and I wanted to kind of like find a way where I could kind of utilize that a little bit. I ran Enchantress in this particular deck to counteract a lot of the Victoria hand that I was seeing on the first day, as well as the Iron Man and some of the other plays we were seeing. Enchantress could be cut, but honestly, she felt pretty good. Like, I actually was getting a lot of use out of her, and so I would caution maybe against trying playing this deck with Enchantress in it. Copycat continued to be way better than I expected. I know I was kind of sour on the Copycat nerf, and I'm coming around, all right? I've been playing a lot of her, and yeah, she's good. Notably, this deck does not run an Alliance, which I think it could, but I do think that Vision and the mobility of Captain Marvel, and the Penny Parker, and of course Spider, is pretty good. I like this deck a lot. It was a good performer for me, so if you want to try something a little spicy, you can give it a shot. And then I tried to get even spicier, and I played some Surfer. And believe it or not, this deck also performed very well. Because I was thinking to myself, you know what, you got the Forge, you got the Iron Patriot, those are just great cards in this deck. Nebula I'm coming around on. And then I'm like, okay, with Iron Patriot, I can follow up with Groot, Rocketing Groot, I can follow up with a Copycat, I can follow up with, all this other stuff that's just generally valuable. Gladiator, who's amazing with Galacta, and Galacta makes these decks so much better. I cannot believe I'm playing so much Surfer without Sarah. Galacta has completely elevated the archetype. But regardless, honestly, this deck performed way better than I expected. Really liked it a lot. And anyway, so there's so many different options, and you're going to see a lot more as time goes on. I think the deck and the card of Iron Patriot is particularly very, it's just like, it can go anywhere. It's very versatile, and that's one of the cards that we look for. It's very similar to that of like Hope Summers, where I feel like, you know what? This kind of can go anywhere, can it? We had been testing it with Victoria hand-based decks too. Honestly, I like the card a lot. Is it worth getting for the season pass? It's up for you to decide based on your monetary situation. But generally speaking, I come away impressed. It doesn't feel too overbearing. It feels particularly fair, while also meta impactful, which is what we look for in a season pass card. Thanks so much for watching, guys, and I hope you enjoy these gameplay highlights. Now we do have, Athena's not bad. This deck should be able to use Athena pretty good. What's all this rickety bridge? We keep getting rickety bridge games. Let's play Iron Patriot right, because they're certainly going to play left. Okay. Possible rickety bridge surprise play into turn 6 Storm. Do they want to play Iron Patriot, or do they want to play the Eternity Range? Oh my gosh. It is, believe it or not, an Asgard. What I would do here is I would play Athena here, and I would play Hydration Robert here. This is the best of both worlds. How do we lose? Look at this. Oh, Doom 20. That's okay. Also, storming mid does not feel as good now. It simply does not feel as good. I definitely want Galacta. Just thinking. Storming never feels good, even for the Athena against the Doom 2099 player. I think they're going to Magic here. I think I just play Galacta here. It's just Jeff. I think the rickety bridge is really helpful for us. We do this. I think we still maybe play Storm. Oh, I see. I see you there. I see what you've done. If I'm to be honest with you, sir, I do not appreciate your gameplay, but I will snap. Because this is what we do here. Give you a little pump there. Give you a little pump here. I'm adding power all over the place. Athena gets +3 there, but I mean, it's just +3 here anyway. It's the same thing. Well, that's unfortunate. That is very unfortunate. That's their doom for sure. But you know what? We had to do what we had to do. Okay? We had to do it. Hydration Robert with the switcheroony there. Wow. Double ties. Double ties into victory left. That's a tight game. Very tight game. There are absolutely, without question, bots in Conquest right now. For sure. Yeah. We played a bot game, I think, as the season was ending. It was crazy. I don't know why we were in Conquest either. I don't know what drove me to go into Conquest, but I was like, I kind of just felt it. I was feeling spicy, you know? Here's a fun interaction. I've never done this. If you play Nico, Minoru, whatever, destroy, draw 2 into Altar of Death, what happens? Do you get the 2 power? Do you get to draw the cards and get the 2 power? I actually don't know. I don't know. You guys want to see the science? Let's see the science. What happens here? I suspect the Nico Monru effect reveals first. Card destroys, you draw 2, you don't get the energy. That's what I expect to happen. Get the hood, Nico procs, you don't draw 2. Yep, all right. That is precisely what I actually expected to happen, so I guess all is fair. All is fair. Listen, I want to play Agent Venom here, but honestly, we are specifically trying to test Iron Patriot, so I feel honor bound to play Iron Patriot. So here we are. You're going to get some Iron Patriot gameplay whether you want it or not. Sometimes when we're trying to test new cards, I feel the need to play somewhat suboptimally just to, like, you know, just to get there, just to feel something, you know. Oh, look at this. I don't get to draw anymore. Yeah, I forgot about the fact that you actually draw a card there. That's a shame. Sorry. We're going to do this. Now we're going to drop the Agent Venom, I think. Give a little quick pump to everything we got in our hand. Man, they filled on me. No way. Didn't actually expect that. Nah, they have extra energy as well. I should have expected that now that I think about it. But now they're super weak there. I just win there. Do I feed my Kate Bishop for the extra energy? I think I do. What are the chances they run Blorville? They just drew a card. They're going to Goliath us for sure, eh? Now, in theory, this is 3. Okay, the actual power play is this. Grapple mid, Typhoid Mary. 3-3. This is 2. -2. You know what? Just because I want to say I pumped them, I'm sending Red Guardian for the dub. Oh! They threw down Storm. They almost got us. I'm gonna hit him with the. This is an appropriate emote, I think. Wow. You draw your cards, Anna Morlock. Draw your cards. That was a hell of a game. That was a really interesting game of Marble Snap. Well, if you think about the fact that Hydra Bob is literally one costed, like the impact is pretty huge. Going from 4 to 5 as a one cost is significant. One might say it's a whole extra power. And it's funny because like we've all lost games by 1 power, right? And like Nocturne going from 3 to 5 to 3 to 4 basically completely took her out of the meta. So yeah, 1 power is not insignificant. We got some Vault gameplay. Okay. Oh, they applied some pressure there. Makes sense. We could use an Onslaught. Onslaught's good. We fight for this. Do we just straight up go Valentina into Hydration Roberts, snap him out? We can absolutely snap him out. We can also play into Strange Academy and guarantee we go into the Vormir. Didn't expect him to play the Valentina. So they only marginally contested there. Blowing up in Vormir is weird when you can play Strange Academy, I think. Did I just get 2 Onslaughts? What? Bruh. Well, I'm going to play 1 Onslaught. I could play... So stupid. I'm going to do this because I think it's dumb. Also, I didn't snap Bob out. Oh, they played their own Luke Cage. They played their own. There's no way. There's no way they play there. But there's also no way I win here. I mean, I can bring out Luke Cage. Do I snap Bob out? Snap Bob out, hope for the best? I'm going to snap Bob out. Come on out, Bobbert. You're the next contestant on Let's Donate Cubes. I mean, I can't control which direction he's going to go, but we'll try this. Oh, Juggernaut might have been cool. Shongers? Wait. Possible victory formation? Oh. Bob went the wrong way. But U.S. Agent is going to get the win. Well, look at the right location. Double Onslaught is complete bait. GG's 100%. That's a wild one. You know, I think Quinjet might be a little greedy here, but I was thinking about how, like, there's a chance you have so much in your hand that you, like, literally can't play anything ever. Okay, this is kind of not a good idea. I'm going to play here. Oh, they're following it up. Okay, we can White Queen kind of early.
Always excited to see you stream the new season.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm excited. Every time there's a new season, I get hyped up, honestly. I'm not just being sarcastic, man. It's just like there's a lot of games to play, a lot of fun to be had, and I want to just get ripping it, you know what I mean? Oh, man, this is going to get so much cheaper. I got to play the Coulson. Come on, let's go. Do they beat me here? They go their own Quinjet into a Mirage. They're picking up my Snow Guard. The Iron Patriot shall succeed. In addition to Galacta and Devil Dinosaur, which is honestly a great pickup here. White Queen getting kind of cheap here. Rather inexpensive White Queen. We got multiple Devil Dinosaurs. Devil Dinosauri. We'll sauce the White Queen in here. We'll sauce out the Snow Guard. We'll pump our hand hard. And that's fine. I'm okay with that. Also, Galacta reveals for a +9 on whatever's behind the White Queen. I'll accept that. Okay, they're playing Agent Coulson. Expected today. Into my Snow Guard. Big pump there. What do we got? That's a Ronin. That's pretty good, man. Oh, I like this Cook. Is that... I wonder if that's a Coulson card. But Ronin's a great idea, in my opinion. Oh my gosh, this Hawkeye's a 212. And this is... Oh man, I got so many options here. Look at my hand. There are so many options. So many sensual plays. By golly, I think I just do this into Ronin Hawkeye. This is crazy. All right, I'm going to go Devil Dinosaur 5 costed, because at least it gives me the option of whether or not I want to play Devil Dinosaur or Ronin next. They play Ronin. Okay. I think the play here is, okay, they clearly lose left. I didn't get a Galacta buff there, but I wanted to protect it via Cosmo, and the pricing makes it so that playing the 5-drop allows me to play Hawkeye and the Devil Dino. No, let's go. I want to use the Ronin, but I'm going to go Devil Dinosaur. No. Ronin, Hawkeye. Let's do this. Because no matter what, they're going to want to prop up their hand, right? Big Ronin. There it is. And that's a straightforward win. That was a fun game, man. That was a fun game. Iron Patriot clearly showcasing what they're capable of there. I like Marvel Snap. I like playing the game, you know what I mean? And I'm going to continue doing so. I have hope for the future of Snap. I do. Is it misplaced hope? Kind of. Maybe. Possibly. You know what I mean? Like, is it cope? Let's be honest. More than likely. But I think there's a chance that Marvel Snap in 2025 makes the comeback. Makes the turnaround, you know? You can at least hope. You can at least hope that just maybe, you know, the dream becomes a reality. This is tricky. I don't know if I love the idea of saucing the Patriot here. Oh, Nomura. Well, that's kind of useless. Do I give them their discounted card or what? Last card I played with Dazzler. Could go Victoria Hand. Here's my prediction. My prediction is that they do not play on middle because they figure I'm going to win it anyways because I have an advantage with Dazzler. I play here to try to like potentially knock this out. Let's go. They never play middle. Alex 5 had gameplay. Okay, my prediction was correct. But can we beat this play? It's Victoria Hand into Athena. We did it, gamers. We got our discounted card. They did not. Now, here's my prediction. I could snap here, and they're intimidated, and they leave. Because we won the trade, my card's discounted. Theirs is not. We got the dub there. Okay, cool. Everything worked exactly as expected. I think there's hope for Patriot Surfer. I was thinking about this. Now, I think that it's not like the most natural of inclusions, but if you think about it, Groot and Rocket, Copycat, Gladiator, they all have potential to follow up on the Iron Patriot very effectively. Oh, wow. We didn't draw any cards? Damn. I don't want to play Galacta without Brute. Like, okay. We could play Iron Patriot now. That's exciting. It's a little slow, but we Iron Patriot into Galacta, which is not bad. Damn, we got some meek gameplay. Hi, Evo. Kind of useless. Also, Enchantress smokes Morbius, but they have Morbius in Mojo World. But Mojo World Groot, or Brood, I should say, is excellent. I think we might have to pump the Morbius with the Enchantress. Enchantress is a bit of a spicy call here, but I think that we're going to see a lot of ongoing in the meta. Ah, see, now we can't play unless we really just commit Brood there. Okay. We can high Evo Enchantress. Do we Enchantress right now? I think you have to Sebastian Shaw here. And then you just hold. Because then next turn, you Brood. I think we have... No, I think we have to do the Enchantress. I think we have to just pump Enchantress here. Okay. Classic. Classic. Not that I need to see what they discarded or anything. Morbius from 12 to 0. That's a big play. So now what we've got... Brood. Omega pumps here. But we're kind of overkilling that location. You go Brood into High Evo Surfer, perhaps? I mean, part of me wants to just give up Mojo World. Right? Now, instead of Surfer, we could consider just going Groot here to try to win. Let's go Surfer. Let's see what happens here. Wow. Way more power than I expected. They played their Apocalypse there. We might actually win. We out-trade that Apocalypse. This is crazy. Wow. Yeah, GG's. Fun game. Very fun game. And Enchantress carried her weight there for sure.